ironic that after over 15 episodes into season 1, we're just now getting to the pilot episode, featuring the first day of school, as well as the arrival of Slater? Wow. I'm guessing political correctness passed NBC on by that. You can't make out Zach's delayed transgression into puberty.
Good morning, Zach. This is Cindy, your wake-up caller. It's 7 o'clock, Tiger. Time to roar.
NBC's excuse? Well, apparently everything up to now was all just a dream, as Zach now laments on the day Slater showed up.
Do you mind? Mingle among yourselves.
Bullshit. Seriously. Turning yet another episode into an afterthought is the lamest excuse for poor mismanagement of episodes into true chronological order.
How do I look?
So let me guess. This episode opens up in the summer of '89 before the season 2 school season?
It's the first day of school, and I can't wait to get there.
We haven't even made it a minute in, and already I feel like cracking some network skulls. Come on, NBC, you had one job to do. Alphabetize. Think about it. So Zach must have more than a share of Frosted Flakes this morning because he's feeling overly caffeinated to begin licking his claws at his next round of women to stalk. And our target of the day is Kelly Kapowski.
Kelly Kapowski loves volleyball, windsurfing, and soon me.
Run, Kelly! Run! The gang arrives at Bayside for their first day of school as Zach and Kelly compare schedules.
How's your schedule?
Well, it's the worst. I only have one lunch period.
Zach, this may come as a shock to you, but education is more than just French fries and tuna melts.
Zach is distraught, for he finds lunch is the only period instead of the other 2 periods he was promised by the hobbits.
I forgot cheeseburgers.
The fastest way to Zach's heart is through his chest. Mr. Belding appears, and Zach does some kissing up of his own, commenting on Belding's recent weight loss.
You've lost at least 10 pounds. Must have been working out.
Well, Mrs. B and I did take up synchronized swimming.
He applies with his and Mrs. B's obsession with water sports.
You haven't seen Dirty Dancing till you've seen us underwater.
Can't wait, sir.
He must be on the seafood diet. Lisa is angry because her locker is nestled on Nerd Row.
Define big.
I'll do your Spanish homework for a week.
You're on. I'll see what I can do, okay?
Thanks, Zach.
Sarcasm. Just one of many services Lisa has to offer to the less unfortunate ones. Zach agrees to switch in exchange for some plagiarized homework and test leads. It's not called plagiarism when it's pre-packaged originality.
Lockers. The key to my plan.
With Zach Flame Frogger moving on up from one locker to another to that delectable locker to win his slice of pie, Kelly. It's almost paradise. He's almost knocking on heaven's door until the cameraman comes down with a seizure. Because who should appear next to Kelly's locker but Slater?
Hi, you're new here. I'm Zach Morris.
And I'm Roger Rabbit, so what?
Slater has no intention of giving up his locker with that vivacious view.
I'm Kelly, who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
He's funny.
It's love at first lust, as he wants nothing more than to retain all those lady parts to himself.
Hey, you don't want anything to do with her.
But why not?
She has leprosy.
Hey, we all have skin problems, right?
I don't like him already.
He admits he has been in 14 schools in the last 3 years, and in that time, he's learned to be quite the crafty pussy marauder.
Glad you got stuck with the bum locker. Hey, why don't you take mine? It's right next to the girls' bathroom.
Unless it's in the girls' bathroom, forget it.
Zach convinces Screech to share his locker so he can stay on top of things, so to speak.
Beach buddy, if you could share your locker with anybody in this whole school, who would it be? You, Zach, of course.
Screech takes to move-in day to a whole nother level of suburban insanity as he feels the brotherly love vibes and channels his inner Danny Tanner to tidy up the place, for clean is good, dirt is bad. Zach enters the classroom, and when he sees an open seat right next to Kelly, he just kindly inserts himself into the place to stare, ogle, and view places his brick phone doesn't have the technology for yet. But Jesse cockblocks him for the opportunity.
This year, I want to study. Honest.
All you want to study is Kelly. Honest.
Lisa is willing to switch, though in exchange for a new locker, which he kindly accepts.
You give me your desk, and we'll call it even.
It's yours.
Thanks, Lisa.
Aw, Lisa, you were aware you just made deal with one stalker to a very devoted stalker who doesn't consider himself a stalker, but you're my only Valentine.
Lisa asked me to switch, so I guess we'll be sitting next to each other.
Slater enters the room and draws a line in the sand for the Battle of King Cool by literally bursting Zach's bubble in a way to tell him to go blow me. Mr. Dewey enters with a nice good morning cheer that is always reminiscent of his quite charming, energetic, and excited self.
Okay, people, settle down. I'm Mr. Dewey. How is everyone's summer? Mine stunk. Let's get started.
Slater claims nearsightedness and is moved up to the front, but after a look at Kelly's tatas, I'd say Slater came down with a double dose of double vision.
Sure, he can have mine.
No, not you. I mean, that's not necessary.
I take it then that you're volunteering?
Me?
First he offers me his locker and now his seat. I'm telling you, he's a regular brother Teresa.
Zach and Slater fight like toddlers, trying to grab that last piece of eye candy that stands between them.
Great, Zach. You and me sitting together all year.
Screech warns Zach that he's been evicted and his locker is now under the jurisdiction of Security Punk Co.
Oh, and about sharing lockers, I can't for health reasons.
What do you mean health reasons?
Oh, Slater said he'd kill me.
Later on at the Max reveals to the group that he keeps a stuffed rabbit in his pants. Well, I got a line in my pocket and baby he's ready to roar, but I'm not going to broadcast my unnatural thoughts to anyone young enough just so I can enjoy a footlong in jail. We return to school and Zach has it out for Screech, but Kelly drops in to stop what was attempted murder by performing the Heimlich maneuver.
Okay. Oh. How did that feel?
More. Screech.
Zach better phone God and tell him they found his missing angel.
Oh, I got it. The bone flew out.
What'd you have for lunch, a coyote?
Kelly returns to the same room. Just different teacher from a few scenes ago. Only this time she got served detention for tardiness, which was exactly playing into Zach's hands.
What a shame. Poor Kelly be sitting all alone after school. Unless, of course, someone can get in detention to keep her company.
Zach, here's some advice. Spin in a circle, tap your heels twice, and repeat after me. I wish I had a life. Seeing it's a banner day for Zach to get up in her business, he lays into Mrs. Simpson with every dumbass effort as possible to land him in detention.
Now, to be or not to be, that is the question. Who said that?
You just did, ma'am.
Right. It was Hamlet.
All attempts prove to be futile, for silence is golden.
No one knows?
However, when he shows his disapproval of Shakespeare, it turns into a tragedy for our young Romeo as he is off to detention.
You have just dropped the works of Shakespeare on the floor. Get thee to Belding.
Back in Belding's office, Mr. Belding puts on his deadlifting shoes and channels his inner Mr. Rogers, where he kindly wishes to address to Zach Morris, if he is going to be the model student Mr. Belding wants you to be.
You're in the neighborhood.
However, Zach had eyes for only one dame who had more curves than the Matterhorn at Disneyland. So on his way to the promised land, he is going to do a little rearranging, starting with Mr. Belding's pencil.
You moved that, didn't you?
Sorry, sir.
Please don't touch my things.
Mr. Belding goes from Mr. Rogers to Danny Tanner and scolds him for illegal formation of office supplies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, please. I'll put those back. I know where they go.
When that doesn't work, he further steps into Mr. Rogers' wear to bring Zach back into the neighborhood.
Zach, this summer I attended a seminar on how to handle the problem child. Above all, you must have patience. Don't touch my Principal of the Month trophy.
However, role-playing isn't the common cure from Dennis the Menace, for Zach knocks over as much of Mr. Belding's bargain basement items right on the floor, for uncleanliness is next to shoddiness, for Mr. Belding puts some Windex on it by cleaning up the dirt and tossing this trash into the paper baskets of purgatory that is known as detention.
What you've done. Okay, mister, you pushed me too far. I hope you'll be very happy in detention.
I'll try to make the best of it, sir.
Zach Morris is overfilled with joy, knowing he will face a lifelong sentence of ooh and ah.
Detention. Just Kelly and me. A dream come true.
Kelly, oddly enough, is dressed up as a Hawaiian princess, which brings to mind whether if she is A, subject Zach to a lifelong servitude of feeding the needy, or B, crack open a nice Hawaiian punch across his face because he's crazy.
Please, make yourself comfortable.
Oh no, after you.
No, you must be tired from all that scheming. Rest, my love.
I was cunning, wasn't I?
But this isn't enough medicine in the world to cure this kind of batshit.
Why keep my love waiting any longer?
Cocaine is a powerful drug, isn't it, Zach? As he opens the door to detention hall, only to reveal it's only Slater for the element of surprise.
What are you doing here?
Well, I liked your act so much, I decided to pull one of my own.
Slater got sent in because he was probably going off his Al Bundy playing days and offering himself up to a student who wasn't quite into statutory rape.
No kidding.
Slater tells Zach Kelly was spared detention because she chooses life over fabricating lies.
So after all this, it's you and me?
Ain't love grand?
How else are you going to expect her to climb the stairway to heaven when your hands are full of penis? The beginning of the Morris and Slater duel heat up with a pissing match. Zach takes a low blow at Slow for being in different schools.
Hey, look, preppy. My father's in the army, okay? And while he's trying to be all he can be, I get shipped along with his boots.
Slater is quick on the trigger, stating he lives an army life that not many others don't understand. They try to land in a few more low blows at each other until their scare tactics are rendered useless, and that's when they find out they have a common bond in being dirty, rotten scoundrels.
You know, Slater, if you and I joined forces, we could own this school.
Sorry, kid. I work alone.
Who's asking?
There you have it, our season 1, and already the rivalry is off to a dorky start.
Friendly bet on that?
count on it, buddy.
Despite it being the second to the last episode of the season, brains are awesome. I kind of wish NBC had one.
All right, maybe the first day didn't turn out as I planned. But hey, I'm just warming up. I love school. Too bad classes get in the way.